Hello and welcome back to Into the Chatterverse, where two gents share their 2 cents on pop media. I am Victor Dandridge, the hardest working man in comics.
And I'm Bill, and today was a bad day to quit drinking coffee.
Oh no!
Though I did it actually 3 weeks ago.
Why was today such a bad day for it?
Because I watched the first episode of Marvel Zombies.
I mean, I can understand that. There's a level of something interesting with this show. Number one, and I think this is probably the most important thing, it is not called What If Marvel Zombies, and that is a very important facet of watching the show. It is directly carrying over from that first season episode of the Marvel Zombies, and they don't acknowledge that. And I think that is a little strange.
That doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Right? Like, you can just throw this on and you can watch it, but it directly picks up from that episode.
And I think you've picked up on something else that I don't like about What If, is because it's not really What If.
It's not What If. It's not.
It's not what if this happened.
Right.
This is actually happening.
Yes, especially now that they've created a whole new show that is picking
That's it.
up
I'm
the
done.
Okay, so Marvel Zombies did drop today, and they dropped all 4 episodes, which, when it comes to a show like this, how do you feel like that kind of suggests? Is it
I think just because it's 4 episodes,
Yeah.
it does not. It's not anything.
Okay.
If it was like 6 to 8 episodes, then you're like, they're dumping it.
Okay. But 4 is
4. I think 4 is a number that to me is like, we're just gonna tell you the story.
okay.
Because I think they did the same thing with Wakanda, right?
Yes, they did do that.
And then Echo was 5.
Yes.
Yeah, and that was atrocious. So I think we've hit the
threshold.
The threshold.
It's 5 or lower. It's just all at once.
Yeah, if it's 4 or lower, you're all right.
Okay. 5
or more.
If they drop it all at once, you're like, it's not good.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's when the klaxon goes off and it's red alert and you have to raise the shields.
Good job. Okay, so to that though, I got to give you some pushback because I feel like the season of dropping this should have taken into account that this should have actually been a weekly release because it's spooky season. It's beginning of fall. Right?
Okay, but it's not October. If it were October, I would agree with you.
I mean, that's also
if it was the beginning of October,
right?
And the last episode dropped
on like Halloween week
or the day before,
right?
Yeah, whatever. Then I would be on board with that.
And I guess that's kind of my question: is why didn't they do that? Because
they probably didn't have anything
else,
any hope in it. I guess I don't know.
That's so dark. I mean, for a zombie movie type thing, that makes sense.
I just I don't know. I get the whole animation part.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have a problem with the animation itself. Mm-hmm. The stories, to me, especially with What If, like, I got through the first, I think, 2 episodes of the third season that I didn't even know dropped. And I got through the first 2, and I'm like, this is just too jokey for me.
Got you.
You're not telling a very compelling story. And they weren't telling a compelling story.
No.
To begin with.
I will say that there were some aspects to this that make you go, oh, that's interesting of a callback, but like not in the same way of what if the comic series really digs into. Now, for those that are fans of the comic series Marvel Zombies, just as the What If show is not exactly that, this is not exactly that either. Even though they still use the Marvel Zombies logo treatment, it is not like the Marvel Zombies comic book. It is still very much so rooted in this particular world where there are survivors from that initial What If story. So that's another key piece. I know that there are a lot of people that were super excited that were fans of the comic thinking that this is what that is, and it's not that.
Well, I think it's, at this point,
you
can expect, if you think it's going to be like just like the comic, it's not going to be
exactly.
I think all of Marvel Cinematic stuff, whether it's TV or movies, based on would be the best way I would put it.
Very true. Very, very true. What's interesting are the overlaps of MCU live action stars to this. So for the What If series, Hudson Thames took over for Tom Holland's Spider-Man. And he did that both for What If as well as the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. And he's also back as Peter Parker in this one. But Paul Rudd is back as Scott Lang, which I think is also interesting. Like, I mean, not that Paul Rudd's not a busy guy, but he seems to be very interested in doing like the voice acting stuff for Scott Lang as well. And then we also had Ms. Marvel is back, so Iman Vellani is back.
Florence Pugh was back.
Florence Pugh, right? David Harbour was back. I'm trying to think, who else did I see? Elizabeth Olsen is back, and I think Ruffalo might have a part in there as well. Haley Steinfeld is also back, and then of course Dominique as Ironheart. So I thought that was a very interesting thing where they are in fact like utilizing the MCU actors as much as they can for some of these roles, which is really interesting. But as I was saying before we started recording, the one that got me, because as we saw in the trailer, which was really fun, really cool, and I'm really glad that the biggest like showcase piece we see in the first episode right away, which was great, was Blade. Yeah. And it's more than Blade, which is fun, but I swore that was Mahershala Ali. Like,
before you go any further,
yeah,
more than Blade.
More than Blade, yeah.
It was now my favorite character is Blade Moonwalker.
That is what they should have called that.
Yep.
I am so mad that they did
100%.
Oh my God. Oh, Bill, why didn't you call him? Call him now and have him change his name. Like right now. Like right now.
I'm not giving up on the trademark. I'm sorry.
Oh. What they ended up calling him is
it would be even better if they used Michael Jackson's voice at that point.
Blade Moonwalker. That would have been hilarious. Yeah. They called him Blade Knight, which once you see it, it'll make sense. But the affectation, the tone, I literally thought was Mahershala Ali until I was watching the credits of like the third episode. And I saw the name and I'm like, that doesn't say Mahershala Ali. Like, wait, who is? Wait. So I had to go look. Whoever that voice actor is, he nailed the tone of Mahershala Ali. And you were saying before that if it was him, that would kind of be him under contract and things moving forward. Do you think that that's kind of a bad look to the fans who will clearly hear Mahershala in the role, but him not actually be there?
I think it will be if he ends up not doing Blade, which I think
is more and more likely.
Like 95% of the people will think that way.
Yeah.
I have no idea if he's going to play Blade. The older he gets, the harder it becomes.
Of course.
I don't know if it's... I wouldn't say it was a bad idea to put him in, but I think they should have gone a different way, I guess.
I have to agree with you. Especially, I mean, obviously, this is kind of a weird one, but at some point he was clearly under contract. If he's not under contract anymore, I wonder if there's any sort of ramifications legally over such an obvious, like, kind of lean in towards his performance. Because, like, when I say dude sounds like him, I think he looks like him. But I also think he looks like him in the same way of, as well as they capture likeness with any of the what if style animation.
Well, I think if he was under contract, then his likeness would have been used.
Would have been part of it.
And he may have even signed a waiver on it.
Maybe.
But it wouldn't, knowing what Disney has been doing as of the last 5 years, I don't think that it would be a shock,
right,
if they didn't get
approvals
the
from
okay.
him doing it.
I just don't. To me, the character didn't really look. It looked like a guy with fangs and glowing eyes.
Right.
I was, if I didn't know that Mahershala Ali was supposed to play Blade, I would never have imagined
put
that
two together.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Because I do think that there are versions that they get right. Like, I think their Sam Jackson, Nick Fury, looks pretty spot on. Not that Sam Jackson has just like an everyman's face, but like they do a pretty good job of capturing what he looks like. I don't think that their Scott Lang actually looks like Paul Rudd, like at all. I've tried, like, and especially like considering how this is continuing, where he is only just a head, and so it's uncovered. It's not like, I'm like, it just doesn't look like Paul Rudd to me.
Yeah.
Nor do I think that their version of Scarlet Witch looks like Elizabeth Olsen. but there are other people that I can see it, right? Like I can see the Mark Ruffalo in their banner. I could kind of see Iman Vellani in their Ms. Marvel, but like otherwise not quite. So it's kind of interesting that
I think very similar.
yeah.
I think it could go either way.
Yeah. But like I would have, to your point, I would have done something almost drastic by like lightening his skin tone or something like that, so that it's not so obviously leaning into Mahershala Ali, even though sound wise it kind of is, because I do think that it's setting up an expectation of fans that if we don't get him in the role, that's kind of a weird sort of thing.
Yeah,
there's something strange about it. So this first episode starts off with 3 characters. Spoilers, y'all. We're gonna get into this a bit. Of Kate Bishop, Riri Williams, and then Kamala. I almost went presidential. Sorry, Kamala. And I think there's something interesting about starting off with those 3 characters. Do you feel like this was any sort of potential leading into what the future of the MCU is supposed to be?
I felt like Young Avengers is what it was.
That's what I felt as well.
Yeah.
Like, and not in a bad way.
Yeah, and it didn't bother me.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
I liked their energy. I liked their connection. I thought Friday was a fun inclusion to what they had. I was confused at first when I first saw it until they said it, and I was like, oh, okay, I like it. Here's my question to you. Who was the person in the Quinjet? I've been trying to figure that out. Who was that?
I couldn't tell you.
I don't think they never said, and I was trying to figure out, like, are they just a SHIELD person? Like, that's how loosely they even give us any real shot of looking at them. I could not tell who they actually were. But they're clearly important enough to have gotten this particular device, and that is unresolved through the rest of the story. Like, that made me so sad, because I'm like, this person is very important. And
were they?
I mean,
they were a device.
They were definitely a vehicle. They were a vehicle for sure. You are absolutely correct in your question, though, of who is still making arrows for Hawkeye.
Yeah, I want to know. Yeah. I mean, like, I don't have a problem with him using them.
Right.
It's just like, where are they coming from? It's the unlimited supply of trick arrows.
Does he go back to retrieve them? Is that something that zombie Hawkeye would do? I mean, clearly he has the capacity to still use his tools, as all of these Marvel zombies have shown. Does he go back to retrieve his arrows?
I mean, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know either.
They have homing trackers in them.
Maybe. But I also feel like he was doing like headshots, which kind of seems to defeat the purpose of what the zombies would want, which is not necessarily to kill potential fellow zombies, but like to incapacitate.
Well, you know what? I disagree with that.
Okay.
Because you can only have so many zombies when the food runs out.
Dang, that's true. That's true. So he's trying to kill them so that they are food source, not for the spreading of... All right.
I mean, weren't there plenty of zombies?
I mean, there's a bunch. There's a whole bunch.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch.
Was that Abomination in the first?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that was Abomination. I also have to give a shout out to the fact that the first special location in this show is Ohio.
You mean when they crap all over Ohio?
Whoa.
Why Ohio?
Whoa.
Why Ohio? Oh, they're trying to hide.
We're the heart of it, okay? Let's
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Real.
I'm just telling you what they said.
Listen, that's because the kids today try to use Ohio as like a negative with the skibbity Ohio stuff. Ha! Joke's on you. Without us, everything would have been lost. I think it's funny too because it's not the first time that a Marvel property has crapped on Ohio. Specifically, even Columbus. Brian Michael Bendis, who's from Cleveland, by the way.
Which explains why he would crap on Columbus. Because how many people from Columbus crap on Cleveland?
All of us. But what I'm saying, though, is in, I think, Civil War II, they specifically have a character detonating their power at the Ohio State University, like, during like a game or something like that.
Is he a Michigan fan too?
I don't think he is. That's what makes it so bad. Like if he was a Michigan fan, I would totally understand that, but I don't think he is. I just think he was pooing on Columbus. Hater, but that's all right. But yeah, I thought that was kind of fun. They don't specify where in Ohio that they go, but I'm.
It was probably wherever they were at the beginning of
Black Widow, which was Dayton. So
was it Dayton?
Yeah. So I'm like, that's kind of fun.
Well, that kind of makes sense as far as Right Pat goes.
Is that what that was? Like, I mean, kind of setting up?
Well, that's where, Dayton is where the Wright Patterson Air Force Base is. So
that's true.
Makes sense.
All right. That works for me. I definitely enjoyed. Oh my god, I just lost her name. What was Rachel Weisz's character's name?
In Marvel?
Yeah. She's Yelena and Natasha's mom.
Oh, yeah, I can't remember.
I can't think of her name. Oh,
I
I'm so
totally
bad.
forgot that she was in that.
Yeah, that's totally.
That wasn't her though, right?
I don't think so. No, I think she was done in one. But I love the idea of basically using the Black Widow control tech and that having a totally different like perspective of how you can use that. That was fun to me, and I think to a big degree, like that is what If is about or should be about, is when you have something where you truly go, we're going to take this thing that happened and we're really going to look at it from a different perspective.
Yeah, I mean, that is What If.
Exactly.
That's 100%.
That's what it should be. And I was really kind of disappointed that what that was so quickly shot down. Because that would have been a very cool...
Well, it was magic over tech.
Yes. And that would have been a very cool ongoing story. Because with the MCU as a whole, I think that's part of the framework is magic or destiny type stuff versus technology and what you can make happen. I would have enjoyed that being, even if it lasted till episode 3 before that gets beaten, because I thought that was such a very cool sort of presentation of a concept. Overall, how do you rate this first episode?
I think it's okay.
Okay.
If I'm going to scale it on 5, I would give it a 3.
Okay. All right.
Because I don't think it's bad.
Right.
But it's not enough of a hook for me to want to watch the rest of them. But I've kind of felt that way about most TV. In fact, I totally forgot that Gen V dropped.
Oh, it has, hasn't it?
Yeah. See.
I didn't watch Gen V though. If that makes it better, I don't know if that does actually.
I liked, it was a different version of The Boys.
Yeah.
So I was okay with that.
And it's planned to still keep going even after this final season of The Boys.
I think so.
Okay.
And then there's another Boys series I think coming as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
I think it may be the prequel.
Okay, I got you. The start of the 7.
But TV shows in general, like we've talked about this off the air.
Yeah.
Like Peacemaker hasn't really done it for me.
No.
Alien Earth definitely didn't do it for me.
Clocked out early.
And in fact, I've heard that people hate the season finale of it.
Oh, really?
So I went, I've gone back and started watching Sopranos and Sons of Anarchy.
Okay. I mean, tried and true, good,
yeah,
like storytelling across the board. What do you think is missing?
I think better storytelling, because I'm tired of the 20-minute episodes.
Okay.
And doing it if you're going to make 4 episodes, just make a stupid movie.
You're not wrong.
And especially if you're going to drop it all at one time.
It is a movie then, and just watch it as that. I think that's a good point. Especially what I wanted to watch all of them for was to see if there was anything like an after credit scene in between episodes that makes it a point of being episodic, and there's not. There should be a feature for this presentation especially that just lets you play all of them straight up.
Does the second episode pick up right where the first episode ends?
Sort of. It does do a little bit of a flashback to catch you back up to another group of people, but then brings in that story just in the same way. So, yeah.
So this is The Walking Dead.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Which is how it's in the second episode.
What was the second show called?
What, the second show of The Walking Dead?
Yeah.
is it Fear? Was that
Fear the
second
Walking
show?
Dead?
Yeah.
I think that was,
Yeah, I think that was the
so
second.
that's exactly what this is.
Yes. Well, because that's the part where you realize like this directly does tie into the What If episode.
Yeah.
Everything else you kind of go, is this brand new? What are we doing? But even though they do kind of say it at the beginning, but that specific opening of the second episode shows that it's pulling from that. But I think you're absolutely right. That could have been a movie easily. Like you already did the work.
It sounds like it was one.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they're all written by the same person. I think they're all directed by the same person. So you're right. Like I don't know why there is the specificity of breaking it up. I don't want to be the bad guy and say like
you would cut costs too.
That's what I was gonna say. Is it a matter of budget? If it's a show, you only give you this much. If it's a movie, we have to give you this much. I mean, I think the production was solid on it, and it does go to a place where I think that there's more to be told. Whether or not people are going to really want to show up for it, that's a totally different sort of scenario. But it does give room for there to be more story. And why not make that just a movie? Because I think that would have actually been even better if we had the one little episode of What If, then we have this movie, and then if people like that, then you can do more episodic stuff after the fact. But I don't know. Maybe it's because if it's on Disney Plus, that you don't necessarily get the right recoup on the budget that way if it's considered a movie. Am I making that up? I'm making that up. All right, fine. I tried.
Well, I the only upside,
Yeah.
and this has to be a huge upside to doing something in episodes, is that you're gaining viewership. Like, it's like the first episode comes out and you expect a 50% drop.
Right.
If you get less than a 50% drop, that's a win.
Bad. Yeah.
And it may come down to viewing hours, viewing minutes, whatever.
Would that be a good argument as to if it came out weekly episodically but started in September and ended in October, so that way you got 2 months for sure out of people who wanted to watch it?
No, that would definitely, like if it was a TV show and it played like one, then definitely there's a lot that is lost on not doing it weekly.
Got you.
But there's also the plus of I know it'll be there,
and I can watch it.
I can watch it
whenever
whenever.
I want to.
Like I can wait till Peacemaker's over. I can wait till I have nothing better to do, watch Alien Earth, that kind of thing.
Would there ever be a day where you?
There may be. I might go back to it and like, okay, maybe I missed that part.
Right.
But
maybe on a binge it could be good.
Like I think I've heard the best episode was the third episode or something like that.
Okay.
But
I did see that one.
I just like, I'm tired of the same old, I guess.
No.
So I go back to something that was the same old, but was written really, really well.
Yeah. It's what created the same old.
Yeah.
How about that? Yeah. No, I like it. We definitely want to hear your thoughts. Did you just stop at the first episode? Did you plow all the way through and watch all 4? And if so, who is your favorite zombified character? I'm definitely interested in hearing that one. Before we get out of here, is there a character that you would love to see zombified?
No, because I don't like the concept.
Okay, that's fair. That's more than fair. Once again, for Into the Chatterverse, I'm Victor Dangerous, the hardest working man in comics.
And I'm Bill. I don't just hate zombies. They're just boring.